Hi there, Mike from Greenway. I wanted to talk to you today about how you can charge an electric car and answer a couple of questions for you. Maybe you're considering purchasing one or recently got one and you want to know, how can I charge my electric car? How do I do that? Can I do that at home, at work? Do I need to go to charging stations? And hopefully this video will help answer some of that for you. So one of the major advantages to electric vehicles is that you can refuel or recharge your car at home. And assuming that you spend most of your day at home, especially overnight, that's usually the best place to charge your car. The second best place typically is your workplace because you're probably spending 8 hours a day there. And the second option then would be to recharge your car at work. And then the third major option would be public charging stations. And so these could be at malls or gas stations, and those charging stations will sometimes charge you a fee to plug in and recharge. But the downside to those ones is you may only be at the mall for an hour, or you may be just doing a quick shopping trip for 15 minutes, and you're not going to spend a long time there. And unless they have a high-speed charger or level 3 rapid charger, you're not going to get very much charge. And so my suggestion would be, if you can charge at home, if you're in a house, and that would be the best place to start charging. So then the question is, well, how do I do that? What equipment do I need to recharge my car? Now, most cars will come with a charging cable, and for the experts out there, I know it's not actually a charging cable, it's called an EVSE, or electric vehicle supply equipment, but for the purpose of this video, I'll still call it a charger. And so you'll get something with your car, likely. Some cars don't come with one and you'd have to purchase it separately, but it's going to have, perhaps it's going to have a plug. It looks like this. This is a NEMA 1450. This is a 240 volt plug. And on the other end, this is the part that goes into the car. This will plug into your car and recharge your car. Now, this particular plug is standard across all electric vehicles, and except for Tesla, they have their own charger or their own connector. But if you know a friend who has an electric car, they will likely have this end on their charging. But on the other end, it's going to be different by what kind of charger you purchase or get with your vehicle. So this particular one is designed to charge your car at 240 volts. And this particular plug can allow you up to 50 amps, although this device here, which is attached to the cable, this particular one has a maximum of 40 amps. So not getting to be too technical, but if we look at this particular charging cable, you can do 240 volts at 40 amps maximum. And you might say, is that enough for my car? Or is that the right amount? And let's talk about that. How much charging power do you need for your car? And it's really going to depend on how far you're planning to drive every day. If you work close to home, you're only driving 3 or 4 miles each way to work, then you do not need very much power to recharge your car overnight. If you live 60, 100 miles away and you're driving that many miles every day, you're going to want to have a more powerful charger at home. And so this particular charger is 240 volts. They call that level 2 charging, and it can be plugged into a socket at your house, and you may not have that socket installed already at your house. You might not have a plug that can accept that. And in this particular case, if you do need higher speed charging like this particular cable can offer, you may need to get an electrician to install a plug for you. But stay tuned to the end of the video. I can talk to you about you might be able to charge your car almost for free at home. So in this case, this charger will charge 240 volts at 40 amps. And so that is going to be close to around 9 kilowatts of power. Each kilowatt is going to get you about 3 miles per hour of charging. So 9 times 3 is about 30 miles per hour of recharge. So that means if you're driving at 90 miles a day, it'll take about 3 hours to recharge your car to full again. So if you are traveling less miles per day, if you're only traveling 5 to 10 miles on average per day, you may be able to get away with a charger that has less power capacity. And so the type of charger that you might use in that case would be one that looks like this. So on one end, this is the two ends of the charger. So on one end, it's got a standard wall outlet plug. It's a normal 120 volts wall outlet plug that is in everyone's house. And then the other end is the car end as well, and it's the exact same plug that we saw before with the other charger. So your car doesn't care what kind of electricity you put into it. You can put in 240 volts. With the first charger I showed you, you can put in 120 volts with this regular wall plug, and the car will accept either of those. You don't have to program it, you don't have to tell it, you don't have to worry that you're overcharging it. It will accept both of those charges. And so that's the, I would say, the free way to charge your car. If you do not do the long distance traveling every day, you may well be able to get away with just using this 120 volt charger, and likely your car came with that already, or it might have come with the higher speed one. Each manufacturer is a bit different, but so if you're traveling no more than, say, 25 to 30 miles per day, I think you can get away with the 120 volt, or they call it level 1 trickle charge. They call it trickle because it is flowing electricity very slowly. If your daily commute is 25 to 30 miles or 40 to 50 kilometers, if you are traveling more than that per day, then you probably need to get a higher speed 240 volt charger. Now, this is all assuming that you work, 8 hours per day, and then after work you might do some errands, and your car is generally sitting at home for 10 to 12 hours per night, overnight, allowing you to recharge the battery. If your driving situation is different and it's not sitting at home for 10 to 12 hours a night, then you may need to again adjust the charger and charging cable that you would need. You may need to get a faster one. So the good thing about the 120 volt chargers, it's free. There's no need for you to get an electrician to install a charger or a plug. With the higher speed charger, the one I showed you with the extra plug, you may not have that socket at your house yet. You may need to get an electrician to install that. And different speed chargers at 240 volts will have different plugs, different sockets. So you would need to take a look at how many amps is your charger rated for, and the plug on the end of it will dictate what kind of plug you need to get installed. There's yet another type of charger you can install in your house, and that would be a hardwired plug, and a hardwired charger. So what I mean is, you don't plug it into a wall socket, but instead an electrician would come in, they would screw it to the wall of your garage or your house, and then hardwire it in. So they would run wires from your circuit box to the vehicle, hardwired in, and that would mean that it's permanently installed. Of course, you'll still have this end here that will be available to plug into your car, and then when you're done charging, you just simply unplug it and hang it up back on the wall again. That kind of charger is good because you'll have an easy access to the charger every time you want to plug it in. You just basically jump out of your car and plug it in to your vehicle. These portable chargers that I was showing you earlier, where you can plug it in, you can leave it plugged in, that's fine if you don't plan to take it with you that day. But if you are needing to use it at work and at home, it may be inconvenient if you're having to, in the morning, unplug your car and then unplug the charger from the wall, wrap the cord up, put it into your car, and then when you get to work, unwrap your cord and plug it in at work and charge your car at work, and then when you come home again, do the same situation. So it could be a little bit hard having just a single charging cable in that scenario, but it's going to depend on your number of kilometers driven. Now, the other thing is, what if I have a day where I need to drive 100 kilometers or 150 kilometers, and I don't have a high speed or a faster charger, a level 2 charger, a 240 volt charger? Should I get one? And my answer would be, well, maybe. And so if that happens once a week or once a month, you may not need that higher speed charger anyway, because let's say you did your long drive one particular day. It's Saturday, you wanted to drive out of town, you go to the park or something, and it's 100 to 150 kilometers. You get home, it's going to take more hours to recharge on that 120 volt plug than it would normally with your commute locally. So on the next day, the car may not be fully recharged, but that's okay, as long as you don't have 2 days in a row where you're doing an extremely long drive. Then it's probably still okay, because in the morning your car may be only charged up to 80% or 70%. You can still unplug it. It's not going to cause any damage to your car, and you can unplug it and drive it around doing your errands, and then when you get home, plug it back in again, and perhaps by the next morning it'll be fully recharged. So there's no damage being done to your car's battery if you do unplug it when it's not fully charged. That won't cause any trouble either. So I hope this video has been helpful to you, to help give you some background information on charging at home. And hope you liked the video. If you did, please press the like button and subscribe for further videos. Thanks.